With that, viewers, we are moving forward to some other news coming our way. 5 Indian Air Force personnel are feared to have lost their lives after the AN-32 transport aircraft crashed at the Jorhat Air Base in Assam. According to IAF officials, as per sources, those feared dead include 3 officers, among them the flight engineer and 2 Agniveers. The aircraft's co-pilot has likely survived the crash and is currently undergoing medical treatment. The Indian Air Force has ordered a court of inquiry to ascertain the cause of the crash. Further details are awaited as the investigation into the incident gets underway. Let me go across to my colleague Pragati Tripathi, who joins us for more on this. Pragati, unfortunately, we are getting to know through sources that there might be 5 individuals of the Indian Air Force who might have lost their lives in this tragic crash in Assam.
Yes, Shivani, the Indian Air Force deeply regrets the loss of 5 personnel in the AN-32 accident at Jorhat, Assam, and they have clearly officially mentioned, given the confirmation that squadron leader Prashant Singh, Flight Lieutenant Shubham Kumar and Sergeant Jitendra Sharma, Agniveervayu Kamran Kumawat and Agniveervayu Danish Alam has made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty today. So this is the official confirmation that we have got from the Indian Air Force.
All right. I'll request you to please stay on with us, Pragati. We'll track some more developments, but let me also go across to Air Commodore Vijayendra Singh Sawaj, who's a defense expert who's joining us on this broadcast. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your time and for speaking to NewsX. Sir, I want to understand from your perspective. Obviously, investigation is underway. The court of inquiry has also been ordered, but this is a very tragic crash that we are learning of, sir. What are your observations regarding this when you look at the visuals, when you look at the news that is coming in?
Very unfortunate, shocking and tragic accident. It's very painful to learn about any accident, and particularly this accident where 5 air warriors' lives have been lost. My heartfelt condolences on behalf of Aviation Safety India, and we pray to God for the speedy recovery of the injured. So this AN-32 has been in Air Force service for the last almost 50 years, and it is a very highly reliable and very rugged aircraft which has carried out many challenging missions all around the country and even has gone abroad. It operates in eastern India, go to very small advanced landing grounds. It has been also supplying the forward position troops with the necessary rations, ammunition, etc. And all over the country, they have been doing a human service. And it's a proven aircraft. Unfortunate accident had taken place. Now, the cause of accident will be only known after the investigation is carried out. I believe that a court of inquiry has already been ordered by the Indian Air Force. They are very thorough and they will do justice to find out the cause of the accident. So in this particular accident, what appears is that the aircraft has taken off, and after takeoff he had some problem, appeared to be some problem with the aircraft, and he asked for immediate return and landing. And during landing, maybe because of the emergency on board, some technical malfunction, the aircraft must have gone out of the control of the pilot. And during landing, possibly it might have been because the pilot must have lost control because of technical malfunctions. And after that, of course, when the aircraft bounces hard, and then it lost direction. It turned on its back, and the fuel line must have got ruptured, and the fire engulfed, and very tragic end to the very valuable lives. And I'm sure that Air Force will definitely reach to the bottom of the cause which caused this accident. They are very professional investigators with the Indian Air Force. They'll go into each and every aspect of this accident and come out with the findings. So till then, of course, speculation should not be made, and our heart goes to the air warrior families who have lost their very dear and near ones. So very unfortunate and tragic accident.
Absolutely. And so, if we can also talk about how you found those images when they were first coming out, we can see that the entire fuselage of the aircraft seems to be damaged. The tail seems to be impact, however, the wings and the nose seems to be damaged. There were reports of fire as well right after the crash, sir. And if you could comment on those visuals that were also coming in, sir.
You see, basically, in such accidents, there is an explosion because the fuel line gets ruptured, and the fuel with the aircraft, this aircraft was fully loaded with fuel because it was taking off, going for a flight. So all that explosion takes place because of the fuel tanks. Fuel tanks are generally in the wings, in that general area, and of course in the body. But tail may be saved because of the action of the search and rescue firefighting, which must have been very, very prompt and effective. But because the aircraft, there was explosion due to fuel, so whatever could be saved was saved. And that will prove to be very good, for the carrying out the investigation, and that will be good evidence which has been saved by the fire and rescue agencies, and they have done a great job by extricating the injured and the people who lost their lives out of the aircraft under such challenging condition when the aircraft was on fire. So that I must compliment those rescue agencies also, and Air Force Station Jorhat. So this is what actually happens when the aircraft, fuel explodes. Most of the time, it is because of the fuel which explodes and causes the, losses and damage.
All right. Thank you so much, Air Commodore Sawaj, for your valuable perspective on this issue. We appreciate it. In fact, there's some breaking news coming our way. The Indian Air Force has deeply regretted the loss of 5 personnel in the AN-32 accident at Jorhat in Assam. The personnel who made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty include Squadron Leader Prashant Singh, Flight Lieutenant Shubham Kumar, Sergeant Jitendra Sharma, Agniveer Kirmaram Kumawat and Agniveer Danish Alam. The IAF has in fact extended its condolences to the bereaved families and stated that it stands firmly with them in this hour of grief. And let's also get in another piece of information that is coming our way, that the Indian Air Force has stated that the crash site management and initial inquiries are currently underway, and has urged everyone to refrain from speculation until preliminary findings are available. The IAF also expressed regret over the loss of lives and said that it stands firmly with the bereaved families in this time of grief. It further added that more details will be shared as and when they are available. Let me go across, let me in fact go across to my colleague Pragati Tripathi, who will be joining us shortly on this broadcast to share more details. But now we are getting names of those 5 individuals who we have lost in this tragic crash. The personnel there are in fact 3 officers and 2 Agniveervayu personnel who have lost their life and who have made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty. This has been confirmed by the Indian Air Force officials, and it has in fact extended its condolences to the bereaved families and stated that it stands firmly with them in this hour of grief. Remember that the Indian Air Force has stated that there was an incident at the Jorhat Air Force Station where in fact this AN-32 was trying to land, and that's where we are coming to know that in fact the AN-32 aircraft met with an accident during a routine sortie at 10 a.m. at Jorhat in Assam. Now they are in fact stating that crash site management and initial inquiries are on at this stage. I believe my colleague Pragati is back with us on this broadcast. Pragati, like you pointed out, we have the names of those 5 individuals who have unfortunately lost their lives in this tragic incident. However, the Indian Air Force is also stating that investigation is underway, crash site management inquiries are also underway, and they have requested everyone to refrain from speculation until preliminary results are in. Pragati.
Yes, Shivani, the Indian Air Force has ordered a court of inquiry to ascertain the cause of AN-32 transport aircraft crash that occurred at the Roureah Air Force Station in Assam. The inquiry has been constituted following the incident involving the transport aircraft while it was attempting to land at the airbase. In a post on X, Indian Air Force wrote, an Indian Air Force AN-32 aircraft met with an accident today while landing at the Jorhat. A court of inquiry is being constituted to ascertain the cause of the accident. Indian Air Force has also appealed to the media and the people to not publish anything that is not official. They have given 5 names that 5 Indian Air Force officials have lost their life. We have the names with them, and the Air Force is trying to find out the exact cause of the aircraft crash right now. We'll come back to you with more details on this, Shivani.
All right, thank you so much, Pragati, for all those details. Let me also go across to Group Captain G.P. Bajpai, who is a defence expert. He's joined us on this broadcast as well. Group Captain Bajpai, we now have unfortunate confirmation from the IAF that 5 personnel have lost their lives, 3 officers and 2 Agniveervayu personnel have unfortunately lost their lives in this accident, sir.
Ma'am, it's a very sad day in the history of Indian Air Force. Today we have lost one AN-32. Along with that, we lost 5 personnel. Captain of the aircraft, navigator, flight engineer, and 2 Agniveers have laid their life for the cause of nation. First, my heartfelt condolence to these families who had their brave sons who lost today their lives in the AN-32 crash.
Right. Thank you so much, Group Captain Bajpai, for your valuable perspective on this issue. With that, viewers, we are slipping into a short commercial.